Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to create some kind of ball spawning thing, and let's get started without wasting any time. First of all, I will go to content directory and then into the blueprints. I have created this blueprint directory. You can create classes anywhere. I just right click, create an blueprint class, and then actor. I would call it ball, and open this newly create a blueprint. From here add a sphere, and for this sphere we need to enable the physics. If you type here physics, sorry for the spelling, we will just simulate physics and enable the physics by mass. It's 100 kg. You can reduce, and you can make it up to whatever whatever size you want. For example, I would create it about 10 kg mass and compile it. Then we need to apply some kind of material to this. Go to start content and then starter content, materials here, and from here you can apply any material, but you should match the material with the mass you have set. For example, there should not no be brick material with 5 kg or 10 kg, so I would just go with some kind of these kind of. This looks like a ball, so I will just choose this, and here under the material slot for this I would select it, click on this, and then under the material slot I will click this icon. I can also do drag and drop. Wait until it prepares the shaders. I think this is nice. Just save it, close. Now let's create another blueprint class and an actor. I would call it spawner BP. Open this and click on add and arrow. Just add this arrow. We don't need to rename it or something like that. Here we have to create the logic of spawning infinite or whatever number of items. In the event begin blueprint, sorry, here we need to extend this and type spawn actor from class, and from here select the class which we have created. We had created ball, and this now we kind need of transform, which is basically location, rotation, and that. So we will do drag and drop the arrow here, and then type get world transform, and this should not be the message. It should be this one. Transformation should not be under the world, it should be under the transform. Drag and connect this here. We are done here, but this will transfer, this will just drop only one. Let's test it. If we bring this here and here and play, you can see it just dropped one of the balls, but we need many more. We need to set like 100 or something like that. So we will open again, and from this pin, execution pin, we will execute for loop. Not for each, we need for loop. So uh, it will start 0 and end at, let's say, 100, but we need to give an option. So we will just right click on this, promote to variable, and instead of naming it the last index, I will call it uh, number, or I would call it quantity, and save it and we need to set its default value, and we need to compile and spoil. It's 100. Let's call it just 1 or 2, maybe by default value. Here we are just fine to go. Now let's go and test it. We had set 2 and it spawned actually 3, but why? Because indexing starts from 0 and ends from 2, so it's basically 3. So what we will be doing, we will actually subtract 1 from this quantity. So let's do it. Drag, press minus on the keyboard and connect this, sorry, not this one, connect to this and break this link and type 1 here. We actually also need to reduce maybe the mass, but we're not going to do that. Okay, now we are fine, and but there is an issue. We need to make it instance editable, so we will click on the quantity and click it instance editable, and yes, now we can test it. It spawned only 2 of these, so let's do it. Here there should be an option for the quantity. Here it is. I would call it to spawn 10. We have these 10 balls. Now let's kick one of these. Actually, if you just go a little bit more crazy and want to really stuck your computer, we can also do an experiment. We will spawn 50 and then 100 of these. So let's first of all move our character somewhere safe place from where we can observe this glorious view. Okay, no, this not this one. We'll do it here. Is it good? Yeah, it is. And to this we will bring it here. And now let's get ready to either crash the Unreal Engine because my, my computer is not that much good. So let's test it. This is just 10 of these balls, but we can also do it. Okay, first of all we need to reduce its or increase its this ball's gravity. Click on this and under the physics we need to change its or increase its mass. Let's do it 50 kg or something like that. Compile it and let's observe the behavior, how it behaves now. It is not falling down like that the way it should, so we will reduce it to about 5 kg or something like that. Now we need to increase its mass so they can collide a little bit better. We will do it 20 kg and compile it. Now let's increase the number of number of the meshes which we are going to spawn, and on this spawner pp increase the quantity. It is 10. I would do it 50 or let's do it 100 and let's go. That is still low amount of it, let's do it 300. It is just wait. It is, oh wow. A lot of these are just falling outside the zone, so let's reduce its height. Reduce its height so not, no ball goes out. Maybe these will collide with each other and then go outside of it. Yes, these are actually doing that, but we need to increase its quantity so we can keep a lot of them here, and also increase the mass basically. Let's say 50 kg or something like that. Increase the mass so they will bounce less, and increase the number of it to 500, something like that. I hope it won't crash. It is just, it is still spawning. These are basically colliding and then going back. I don't know why these are going doing it like this. Let's see what's wrong. They just oh yeah, because they are falling from a height. So this, that's how we can spawn multiple of these. We can also keep increasing, and basically it's playing with the number and physics. If we increase the physics, it's like 200 kg. It's need to find a suitable value. Are they still doing that way? Yeah, not quite, but it is spawning actually good amount of that. And now the issue is that it is spawning from very big height, so we can change the spawn position. Just go to our spawner, and in the tick, no, this is the ball, and we need to go to our spawner BP, and from get world transform we can just get relative transform and point it here. There is something wrong with it. Okay, okay, okay. Default scene route, get world transform. Actually there must be an issue with the height and something like that, so let's test if this time it spawns at the position where it was, and it is actually again spawning from very height. So we need to change, just we need to just get the rotation location of x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. So we need to make it a little bit more clear. From this, split this, split this, split this, split split. Okay, break this link, split the structure pin, and from here as well split the structure pin, and from this we will just do the location and compile it, and no test. Well, that's an issue. I don't know why it is doing like that. I think a lot of them collide with each other when they get spawned at once, and because these are the 100 of these, so actually 500 of these get stacked up and then do that. So we can also make them drop one by one with each tick, so it won't happen like this. So we can just go here, and under the event tick we can just we can actually change it a little bit to make it a little bit more nice looking thing. From here in the event tick we can drop that, but on the begin we will just start doing that. So let's make a new variable, and we will call spawned quantity, and that would be a float or integer. We can just make it an integer, and we don't need to make it instance editable because we are just going to use it. So by default its value is this, and we will just get this, drop here get spawned quantity, and type if, sorry, not that. From here in the event tick we will type if less than or equal to, less than or equal to maximum number which we actually need. If it is less than quantity, if spawned is less than or equal to the quantity, then we actually need to spawn actor from class, and that class would be ball, and its transform would be related to over this transform. So we will just get the either the arrow or the root scene, and from here get world transform this transformation, and just put the transform here. Now what it will do, it will just spawn one by one in the each tick, and we will just stop doing that. We don't need to do it anymore. We'll just break this link so it does not spawn all of these when it is playing. No, it is still a lot of that. It would be still quick, but we can just put some sleep or something like that. As you can see, it is spawning a lot of them one by one, but it's still stacked up. You can see it is basically stacking up. So we can actually add some kind of latency. Wow, there are a lot of these balls. Hey, come on, these just keep colliding with each other, and these guys are not even letting me jump into them. Wow, actually these are heavy balls, so we need to reduce the weight so we can just play with them. Here we'll change the mass to just 50 kg or something like that. It's still heavier, but it will be more fun to see them spawning. Let's see if we can kick some of them. Yeah, boy. Now you can see it is just spawning a lot of the balls from here. it is spawning one by one to all directions. Wow, these things are all over here, and it is not stopping. Why? Yes, it won't stop and until it will crash because we did not put the limit in the spawner, because we need to actually increase the number. We have to actually put the increment under the spawn quantity. We will set the spawn quantity by increasing one spawn quantity plus 1. Now let's enjoy this view. Sorry. It was still some kind of stacking, and these are falling from there. How many we had specified? What it, oh wow, it's finished. So here we have a lot of these color changing balls, and wow, let's see if we can kick these balls. Yeah, we can kick, but it is lagging a lot because there are a lot of balls. Amazing. Now let me take some kind of screenshot. Yep, it's taken, and let's, I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you want to make this kind of windmill, there is an also tutorial on the channel. You can go and check out. And yes, I hope you will use this kind of spawner with some kind of useful thing. And thank you for watching the video. Bye bye.